Hey, it's
1 second, they've got me on hold. Now they're transferring me to someone else. Yes, hello, yes, hi. What do you mean have I tried turning it off and on?
Today we're reviewing the Arcane Help Desk. Welcome everyone, I'm Sean, this is Tony, and today we're going to be looking at the Warlock subclass, the Arcane Help Desk.
Now, this is one that we found on D&D Beyond. It's by Trace59, and it's essentially your help desk CSR kind of person.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the idea of this one is that you're kind of using that communication between you and your deity to help boost your party. And personally, I've worked customer service for a very long time, so this one really spoke out to me when I was looking around D&D Beyond. Really good find.
Now, let's get into it here. We shouldn't stall. Right?
No. Okay.
All right, the Arcane Help Desk. Yes. You get an expanded spell list to start.
Yeah, and again, kind of going back into that concept of kind of being that savant between your deity and the physical plane. So you get some pretty self-explanatory spells here. You get Clairvoyance, Confusion, Commune, Calm Emotion, Hideous Laughter. Again, kind of those things that a regular customer service rep would also have to do in their daily lives.
Well, yeah, I mean, having to be able to... do you have any idea how many complaint calls you get on those lines? It's not working properly. Calm emotions, right?
Exactly.
Things like that. Some of the spells in there, a lot of them are spells that are, longer casting things, but they're outside of combat.
Yeah, which is very interesting, and that'll kind of have a bigger role when we get to later abilities on here. Also, at level 1, you get 2 bonus cantrips. You get Guidance and Vicious Mockery.
Again, skills that people need.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, very nice on that. The next thing here is Hotline.
Yeah, Hotline is kind of a variant, I guess, of a Bardic Inspiration. So basically, as a bonus action, you give a creature within 60 feet that you can see advantage on one skill check. They can't have more than one of these at a time, and you basically get all your uses back on a long rest.
Now, question, do you pick which skill check they get?
It doesn't really say, so really, they're going to be basically using that on whatever next skill check they're going to have. It doesn't list a length on how long they're going to keep this. So really, it's kind of like this thing that they can hold on to, that they can use for whatever skill check's going to be coming up.
See, I kind of like the idea of one specific skill check. Mm-hmm. Like somebody calls in to the hotline, whatever, and great, right. I'm going to show you how to pick a lock. You know what I mean? Like, that might be something I would probably tweak on that.
Yeah,
like,
and still the same idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But in addition to that, now 6th level, you get 2 abilities as well.
Yeah, so the first one, we actually had a lot to say off camera. We were kind of going through this subclass, and we're kind of thinking, I wonder how useful that is. And that is Speed Dial. So basically, any divination spell that normally costs more than 1 action can now be cast as an action.
Right, so those 10-minute spells, those 1-minute spells, those hour-long spells that it takes to cast, there you go. The only thing is it's only divination spells, and you're a warlock, so you kind of limit it to like 1 or 2 spells.
Yeah, like Foresight's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, if you really think about how this thing is set up, it's set up to make that communication happen faster. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how many people use clairvoyance or divination in combat.
They're very niche things. Again, these are spells, or sometimes the other ones that you get access to, you're going to be talking to your deity in the middle of combat. Depending on what kind of campaign you're running, maybe that's a cool thing, but it is kind of a niche thing, so it's kind of hard to see how that'd be super useful in a lot of situations.
But luckily, you get another 6th level ability.
Yes, you do. So you also get Customer Service Voice, typical kind of more techie ability that you get. So basically, when you make a Persuasion, Deception, or Intimidation roll, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10.
Yeah, you have to be able to handle what communication comes into you, right?
Exactly.
So the persuasion, the charisma with that. Sir, would you like to blah, 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 blah? Everybody has that voice. If you've worked CSR at any point, everyone's got that, hi, this is Tony, how can I help you?
Exactly.
Same thing, but the intimidation one makes me laugh a little bit.
It is. I don't think you would typically try to be intimidating over the phone, but again, you do gain that ability on that as well. I did want to quickly mention, we even brought up a potential idea that we would do for speed dial. You know, again, the focus is just being able to call your deity or whatever it is faster. One idea that you brought up is possibly going like this pseudo sorcerer route of being able to kind of like speed up your normal action spells into bonus actions.
Yeah,
as an idea.
I mean, even the other thing that you could do with it is, even if it was any divination spell that your party casts,
oh yeah,
you can
for sure,
speed it up.
For sure.
Because the only thing that's really limiting about this is that a lot of those spells are kind of out of combat stuff. And as a warlock, you only get a few.
Yeah,
right?
This is true.
So, you know, other spells that would fall under a divination category that your party can do, maybe you can, you know, do the hotline to connect them quicker.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Just thoughts. So 10th level and the 14th level ability, honestly, these last two abilities really, really sell the subclass.
Yeah, these two were the ones that I went, yes, we're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, open a ticket's a little lengthy, so as a bonus action, you essentially choose a creature within 30 feet. They get this help desk ticket for 1 minute. It does end if they happen to die, if you die, or if you're incapacitated, and you actually get 3 of the following abilities, which we'll go over really quickly, and then we'll go over them. First one is Hold Please. As a reaction, you can force the target to ready their action until the end of the combat round. Let me transfer you. As a reaction to a successful attack roll against you, you may transfer all effects of the attack to another target of your choosing, other than the original attacker within 30 feet. And finally, you get the last thing where the target has disadvantage if they attack anyone but the warlock.
All right, so those 3 play together, though.
They sure do.
So if they attack anyone but the warlock, they've got disadvantage. If they attack the warlock can say, let me transfer you, and move them over to, you know, that damage over to someone else.
Right.
And they still have that Hold Please ability where you can kind of force that person to use their reaction to ready their action instead.
Yeah, and this plays a big role, especially like for spellcasters, where if they want to be ready to like cast something, you're not really canceling, but you are definitely putting that on pause. That way you have an opportunity to do something else, or a party can do something else, or anything like that.
Now, to have that readied action, though, I would assume that you pick the trigger. So if, you know, the angry wizard that you're fighting is casting Fireball, great. The trigger's going to be when we run out of the area that he targeted.
Yeah.
You know, make him waste the spell. Now, the only thing is you get this back on a shorter long rest with it, so that's the thing that makes that not overpowered.
Yeah, otherwise this is a really, really good ability, but again, you can only target one at a time, and once you've done it, you gotta take that nap before you can actually do that ability again.
Now, this, speaking of only being able to do abilities every once in a while,
yes.
This next one, have you tried turning it off and on, is probably one of the most amazing new features that I never thought of.
Absolutely.
And I can't believe I never thought of this.
Great support ability, really simple. As a bonus action, one creature you can see within 60 feet may automatically refresh one class feature that they usually get back on a short rest, and you can do this every long rest.
Now, there are a lot of these that are out there that are just one-shot abilities that a lot of classes get, and you know what? Honestly, it blows my mind that I have not had a chance and done this in a campaign before.
And it's really great because on paper it might sound a little scary, but the fact that you can only do this once per long rest and you can only refresh something that refreshes on a short rest really helps with the balancing here. You're not going to be giving anything too powerful to a player, but at the same time, what a great move to pull off during combat. Like if you got that fighter and they want to finish off an enemy, boom, give them an action surge and they're raring to go. So really, really cool stuff.
Absolutely. I love this one, and I'm glad we had a chance to review it. Once again, if you want to pick this one up, you don't have to pay anything. You just go over to D&D Beyond. And it's the Arcane Help Desk by Trace59. You can search either by the creator or just Arcane Help Desk.
Yes. Now, if you like the subclass, or if you feel like you would also make changes, go and leave a comment down below. We love hearing your feedback on some of the things that we do get to review. And, of course, feedback is always good. That way we can help improve other homebrew creations.
And if you have something that you've created that takes a real-life job and throws it into D&D, I want to see construction workers. I want to see, parking attendants. I want to see some of these things that you guys have created that are really wild and crazy. Go ahead and send them to us at dmbrewcrew@gmail.com.
And of course, as always, if you are new to the channel, we do a lot of homebrew reviews. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell. That way you get a notification as soon as you get a new video up.
And remember, the best campaigns are always the ones that are homebrewed. Wait. So until next time, keep brewing.